Full update of Nnamdi Kanus hearing and appeal court section today. Dear listeners and friends out there listening to me through this very channel, you are all welcome to the Law TV. Yes, I will be leaving you with the full update of all that transpired today in Abuja. Early this very day, yes, I won't lie to you, it was so revealing. It was revealing that the IPOP leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu may not be appearing in Abuja. It was very glaring and very clear because as at um, 8:30, the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu was still in Sokoto prison, which is supposed not to be. Yes, it's not supposed to be so. Yes, but then um, just like a miracle, just like a miracle, um, Nnamdi Kanu all of a sudden was moved to Abuja for this very hearing. It was like a surprise, and it came like a shock because already the IPOP leader in detention have started getting frustrated. In fact, he has even given up with today's hearing. As God will have it, he arrived Abuja. Okay, now that one is gone. Now, on the second phase, the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu arrived at court exactly around 9 a.m. this morning. That is to say, the movement from Sokoto to Abuja was on a very fast mode. Yes, it should be because we are talking about the federal government own escort vehicle, and um, they are moving a prisoner. So when moving a prisoner, siren is always accompanied with it. That's that, by the way. When they arrived at the court was scanty. Only few persons were spotted inside the court. So it was like nothing is going to happen today. The IPOP leader who arrived at court in full confidence was still calm, waiting to know what is going to happen. The judges were not around. Only few lawyers who came so early then were spotted wearing their toga, while some were spotted, preparing the documents. The IPOP leader went to his normal spot, sat and started waiting patiently. He didn't say a word while waiting for them. Why was this court hearing, even taking place in the first place? Well, the motion there was very straightforward today. Anyway, the it was very clear that the IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu will be, appearing in court today and will be, revealing what he knows about the constitution and why it it's not supposed to be so, and why it should be transferred to Abuja to make it very easy for him to have access to his lawyers and also have access to his doctors. Yes. So now, who can represent Nnamdi Kanu since all of these have has cropped up? Yes, representation has to come in anyway. The IPOP leader Nnamdi Kanu, as we all know, is his own representative. He is his own lawyer and also is his own prosecutor. He has no one representing him, even if his lawyers were seen around the court. This is what he demanded earlier. Exactly. Though before this very day, Omotosho has sent a message that the IPOP leader gets a lawyer to represent him, to speak on his behalf, and defend him in some way. But as it is, the IPOP leader still stood on his ground Yes, claiming that he need no one. So please, my dear listeners, it was unbelievable. So everything is just like okay. Now the Kanu is doing it right and all of that. So we need to understand the whole thing anyway and how the whole thing started. Um, Nnamdi Kanu waited, the courts started, the lawyers, the judges, the observers, both home and abroad, they all arrived, and Nnamdi Kanu was still there, quietly, patiently waiting. And behold, he waited, he waited. Believe me, he waited. And after waiting for so long before the hearing began, believe me, the hearing began with a very rough um, demand. I called it a rough demand because Omotosho made it so. First, Omotosho was demanding for a representative from Nnamdi Kanu, which the IPOP leader made him know that he remained his own representative. That is one. Then number two, Omotosho, just like he um he presided over the no case submission, then the same way he presided over the case of Nnamdi Kanu demanding for a transfer back to Abuja. He didn't say so much. He didn't say so much. He just, received everyone in the court, observed the presence of the councils and Nnamdi Kanu standing as his own representative. He recognized him. He recognized Nnamdi Kanu's quest for transfer to Sokoto prison to Abuja, and he demanded for um, uh, all documents that that are needed to be observed. Hmm. Wow. Nnamdi Kanu request was just that he wants to be transferred to Abuja. This is just his request. He didn't talk much. Nnamdi Kanu was then invited to the pulpit for questioning, and the IPOP leader, who is deaf as his own representative, spoke. My lord, I am only demanding for a transfer from Sokoto to Abuja. Since the transfer to Sokoto, I have been finding it difficult and very challenging to have access to my doctors and to have access to my lawyers. This was Nnamdi Kanu's quest, but believe me, Omotosho gave him a listening ear as if he knows what he was doing. Wow, lovers of freedom. This is one very big thing that we have ever experienced in life before. But I must tell you, Nigerian is doing the unbelievable. Justice Omotosho doing all this, he has thought that he is uh, he is at the right path, and also he has thought that he is doing the best thing ever. But I bet you this is the most ugliest action he has ever taken all his life since he has been a judge. Justice Omotosho, who has made this very clear, has declined Nnamdi Kanu's request and said that the IPOP leader will still remain in Sokoto prison. Without missing words, Omotosho declined Nnamdi Kanu's request. He ordered him to be returned back to Sokoto. Without any much demand or any much quest, Omotosho challenged the IPOP leader's demand, saying that until Nnamdi Kanu, is able to defend himself, he remained in Sokoto prison. Lovers of freedom, we have spoken so much and we have argued so much about this, but everyone will keep asking all of this until we do the needful. So please, I would like you to help like and subscribe to this very video to get updated, because as it is now, nothing other than the truth or reality is still needed in this very video. Yes, today's hearing has ended so badly and so disappointing, but then the IPOP leader and his supporters are still very much intact without any single fear or favor. Now, what then happened to Nnamdi Kanu at last? Yes, the IPOP leader was moved back to Sokoto. He returned to Sokoto as demanded by Justice Omotosho. Nnamdi Kanu, who left Abuja to Sokoto, has made just only one statement, and that very statement is still the same statement he made the first time he was sentenced to life imprisonment. And what is that very statement? He said, God is watching. God is watching. Lovers of freedom, the IPOP leader has never said anything so big than this that he said today. And I believe Omotosho should meditate over that very statement and that very word, because after looking carefully into this very issue, I discovered that God alone is the supreme judge. Omotosho may think he has given a judgment that suits him and the federal government here on earth, but only God has the final judgment. Please help me to share this video and let everyone have a duplicate of this, because right now no one is happy with what is going on. Thank you.